Megan.
Wait a minute. What are you doing in my bed, kissing me?
Well, it worked. I tried everything. Alarms, jumping up, down on the mattress, music. I even banged the pots and pans while I made coffee. Would you like a cup, or do you want to wait for breakfast?
You made breakfast?
I will as soon as you get up.
Well, what time is it?
3.
It's 3 p.m.? How'd that happen?
Well, I guess, you overslept. You were really tired because you stepped over me on the floor last night about 19 or 20 times. You must have been really tired.
I guess so. Well, shouldn't I be somewhere doing something?
No. We don't shoot till tomorrow, so relax.
Oh, all right. If you say so.
So tell me, how do you like me being here to give you coffee when you wake up?
Very good, very good. Thank you. I'm sorry if my restlessness kept you up last night.
It's okay. When I was in prison, I learned to wake up and go to sleep instantly. You know, while you were sleeping, I was thinking and making some plans. Here's the story.
Story what, for a new screenplay?
No. The Hunter and Megan story, chapter 3. It begins just like it began today. We're together. And in the end, we're still together. Just say yes, and we own the book.
I've only had a few sips of coffee. I'm not very good with metaphors. Did you just ask me to marry you?
Well, maybe I'd better talk to him myself. Have him come to your office, and I'll be down there in a minute.
Have you seen this? Do you have any idea what Niki Smith and Dorian are doing to this family?
Briggs, you better make that 10 minutes. Pa, Renee?
Darling, I am so sorry that we barged in like this. Your pa is nigh on to a coronary, and I'm doing everything I can to keep him away from Dorian Lord.
Pa, sit down, calm down, and take a nice deep breath.
Read this and see if you can do any of those things.
Meet Llanview's non-elected mayor, Niki Smith, party girl. This reporter happened at Andy's place last night in time to witness firsthand the irrefutable fact that Victoria Buchanan is now in the clutches of her alternate personality.
Now, do I have your permission to go out and strangle Dorian Lord?
No, Pa. I'm going to save that pleasure for myself.
Yeah, come on in. Just a second. Heron, I'm taking over the library for a while, so if somebody comes by or calls, I don't want to talk to them, okay? Thanks. That's in case Megan comes by.
Gotcha. How you feeling? Okay?
Yeah.
Clint said you were with Carlo last night.
Was I ever?
So, did Carlo buy it? Does he really believe you're Niki Smith? Did he tell you what he plans on doing
Jake.
with... Yeah.
Can you teach me how to use this thing?
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one night to live.
Viki, what are you doing with that?
Well, last night, Carlo asked Niki if she knew how to use a gun that looked just like this. And,
Yeah.
of course, I said yes, but I don't have any idea how to shoot a gun. I hate guns.
Yeah,
I've never, but I have to learn.
Well, I'm sure I could teach you, but I'm also sure Clint could teach you how to do this. Does he have any idea about this?
No, and I do not have the time or the energy to argue with him about this.
Fine. Now, what was Carlo wanting you to be able to shoot a gun for?
I don't know yet. We didn't get that far.
Okay, do me a favor then. Tell me everything that you guys did, what you talked about when you were together.
Gabrielle came here last night, invited Niki to go to a party with her, so of course I went. And on the way, she told me that the party was going to be at a houseboat down on the waterfront. But we went to Andy's first. And when we were at Andy's, she went to make a phone call, I assume, to Carlo, and then told me that the location of the party had been changed from a houseboat to a loft in the warehouse district.
So Carlo's being cagey because he doesn't trust you or Gabrielle, I bet.
Yeah. Anyway, Gabrielle vanished just as soon as we arrived there, long before I ever saw him. And then suddenly I was alone with him. And after a few pleasantries, he told me to take my clothes off.
You did what?
Now, listen, I didn't tell Clint this part, so just don't repeat it, okay?
No, of course not. Don't worry.
It turned out he was just testing me. He wanted to see if I would react the way I guess he thought Niki would react. And once I convinced him that I would indeed be willing to do what he wanted, he stopped me. Thank God he stopped me. Sit down. Anyway, I passed the test. So he pulled out a briefcase, opened it up, and took out a gun and showed it to me, asked me if I knew how to use it. Then he said he had this little favor to ask of me, and if I did it, I would be amply rewarded.
But he didn't say what the favor was.
No.
The gun is definitely part of it.
Yeah. Jake, I'm so scared.
Well, Viki, that goes without saying. I mean...
The thing is, I started wondering if maybe he's going to use this little mind-controlling drug of his to get me to shoot myself. I mean, it would make sense in his mind, wouldn't it? Niki Smith commits suicide, thus avenging his son's death, and at the same time, he manages to get rid of Viki Buchanan, which he swore he was going to do when I became mayor.
You really think that drug is strong enough to do something like that?
I don't know. I mean, it seems to me there's a big difference between being susceptible to suggestion and being convinced to shoot yourself.
Well, I'll have Bo check this out with Nat Olenoff and see if he knows.
Problem is, if that's not his plan...
Then that means he's got somebody in mind that he wants you to shoot.
Yeah. And that really scares me to death. That's why I have to learn to shoot that gun and shoot it so well that I can miss if I have to.
No, I've got a better idea, Viki. What I think you should do now is just consider your job done. You've confirmed all our suspicions about Carlo. What I want you to do is drop the Niki routine and go back to your family, go back to your job as mayor, and just go back to your regular life.
No, absolutely not. Niki is going to stick around until we nail that monster. We are going to nail his hide to the wall. Boy, listen to me. I'm really starting to sound like a Buchanan. I sure hope I can learn to shoot like one.
Is that what you would like as a marriage proposal? Would you say yes?
I get it, all this double talk. Just to get me back for keeping you up all night, right?
No.
No. Well, then don't play games. Not until I'm more awake and, coherent.
Okay, I'll start over.
Slowly.
Okay.
Okay.
I love you. I would marry you in a minute. But you're not ready.
Right.
So it's not a marriage proposal.
So what was all of this chapter 3 and the whole book stuff?
Megan, I have to leave Llanview soon.
Mm-hmm.
In the next week, if the schedule goes as planned.
Well, where are you going?
All the post-production work is going to be done in L.A. I've already booked an editing room, and I have to mix editing our film with looking for my next directing job.
So, chapter 3 is goodbye again.
Megan, go with me. Say goodbye to Llanview instead of me.
Just what? And leave my family and my friends?
Yes, and Jake Harrison. Just make the break and go for it.
Look, my mother is in the middle of a crisis with her alternate personality. And I have a contract on Fraternity Row. They expect me to go back.
Look, the contract is held by Bo. He'll break it if you really want to go. Megan, you'll do great out there.
You don't know that.
I do know that. When the movie comes out, you're going to be a huge star.
Look, I can't just leave Viki and Clint and everyone else. It wouldn't be fair.
How long is she going to be Niki?
Well, no one can say for sure.
Right. It could be weeks. It could be months, right?
Well, yes.
And so what? You think by the time she's Viki again, maybe Jake will get his act together and you can get back with him?
Wait a minute. Why do you say that?
Come on, Megan. Don't pretend you're not thinking about Jake when we discuss leaving Llanview.
Look, don't start, okay? Don't start bullying me.
I'm not bullying you. That's Jake's style, not mine.
All right, well, then don't push me or pressure me, whatever it is that you're doing.
Look, I'm doing just about everything but beg so far. Megan, why are you so upset with me so far?
Because, obviously, yes, I was thinking of Jake when you said leave, and I hate myself for that, and I hate you for knowing that that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, I get it. Oh, that's mature. I can take that.
Look, I know that Jake doesn't want to be in a relationship with me, but he always seems to be hanging around. I feel like I'm under surveillance. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, he does seem to hover around. And I'm sure it's his appearance last night that kept you awake.
I'm really trying to get over this. I know that we don't have a future together. Every once in a while I fantasize about it, I admit it, but I always come back to reality.
It's a step towards getting over him.
And I suppose I could get over him more quickly and definitely more easily if he weren't around, or if I weren't around.
There, see, that's sensible, logical, realistic.
You see, I just think I need a little time. And then all this old baggage will get out of my life.
And you can start a life with me in Hollywood.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You two cannot go organizing a lynching of Dorian Lord.
And why is that, Renee? Because it's against the law? Because it's wrong?
Something like that.
That does not matter to that witch. Why should it stop us?
I'll tell you why, Pa, because we're a little more civilized than that. Although the idea of giving her a good thrashing did sound kind of tempting at the minute.
And it still sounds tempting to me.
Well, the other thing is, I really don't doubt for a minute that Niki didn't make every statement that's in that article.
So that gives her the right to print it, so she can sell newspapers off it.
Paul, you're standing in the office of the Banner. We make money here by reporting the news. The only thing is, we check out our facts first.
Why is he being like this, Renee?
What? Being like what? Reasonable? Paul, I know that's a little foreign to you when it comes to Dorian, but actually there's nothing we can do.
Hi.
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin.
School out already, Kevin?
Yeah. I just bought this.
Yes, we've just had one ourselves, darling. We've been discussing it.
What are you doing reading that trash, Kevin?
Grandpa, didn't you read this? I was there last night. I saw Niki make a total fool of herself. Everybody there wanted to just crawl under a table.
Oh, Kevin, I am so sorry about this, darling.
Me too, Kevin.
I try to forget about it, but everybody in the whole town knows. What are we gonna do, Dad?
Well, Kevin, there's not much we can do except have patience and just pray that your mother comes back to us real soon.
That's it?
Kevin, your pa's had a lot of experience dealing with Niki Smith.
The best thing we can do is just keep her at Llanview and out of the public eye.
Oh, it's a little late for that.
Well, then we got to be more careful. We're just going to have to try and make sure that there aren't any more incidents.
What about Mom's
Well, now, wait
reputation?
a second. I'm pretty sure that Niki Smith isn't going to be around that much longer.
Dad, what about Mom's reputation? I mean, the things she said about cutting the police force in half and all the money that she was going to make from political kickbacks.
Darling, that woman that is talking is not your mother. It's Niki Smith.
I know my mom's in there somewhere, but I don't care. I hate Niki.
Hey, look, I'm sorry you're having to go through this.
Well, Dorian's the one that's making it worse. I mean, I may not be able to do anything about Niki Smith, but Dorian...
Now, wait a minute. I don't want you doing anything stupid, Kevin.
I think the kid's got a good idea.
No, but
How you get bow and cord? We run that Dorian out of town right quick.
Now, wait. You start a war with Dorian, she's just going to dig in.
How can she do this?
Because she enjoys this stuff, Kevin. She's always been jealous of your ma.
I remember when she used to be nice. Part of the time, at least. I mean, she actually acted like my grandmother. Or part of the family, at least.
Yeah, those days are long gone. Right now, she's just interested in headlines. The best thing you can do is ignore this trash.
Well, easy to say, but I can't quite do that at school.
Are they giving you a hard time?
Just a few guys. Mostly sympathy. And a little too much of that, if you know what I mean.
All right, look, Kevin, I have a meeting that I have to attend, but as soon as I'm through with that, we'll drive home together, okay?
I've got to go meet Lisa. We've got a big test tomorrow.
Kevin, why don't you stop by the house later?
Good idea. Why don't you come for dinner tonight and stay the night with us if you like?
No. I hate her, but I'm not going to run away from her.
So sorry.
See ya.
Paul, I really do have to get downstairs.
You go about your business. I'm going to find out what Dorian is. I'm going to talk to her. I'm not going to lay a hand on her. I'm not going to pull a shotgun on her. But somebody should attempt to stop her.
All right, I'm just afraid that you are going to provoke her, but you can go ahead and try. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Thank you, Clint.
Well, If he doesn't care about it, I'm going to call up her zoo and find out where Dorian is.
Look, when you find her and when we sit down and have a talk with her, I think that maybe I ought to handle it. I mean, you have been yelling at her for so many years, it falls on deaf ears. Let me have a whirl at it.
Are you tired of me having all the fun? Renee, Dorian's very tough. You really think you can handle him?
I live with you. I can handle anything.
Then, Viki, if you insist to continue with this, I say we just string him along long enough so we figure out what he's doing, then we turn this whole thing over to the cops.
But we have to make sure we have enough evidence to convict him.
Well, maybe we can do that without having to go through this whole deal. First of all, we just...
No! Niki and I are in this to the end.
And I'm afraid I have a good idea what that end is.
Well, I'm glad somebody does.
Viki, think about it. Carlo wants revenge for his son Johnny's death, right? He also wants Niki Smith to shoot somebody, right?
Right.
So what to a man like Carlo would be equal justice for something like that? To have Niki Smith kill Victoria Buchanan's daughter, Megan. That way gets all of us.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Jake, you're right. Oh, my God.
Hunter, I don't know what to do. I'm so torn. I wish I could do both. Continue building my relationship with you, but do it here. I've spent 75% of my life away from Viki, and I don't want to leave her again so soon.
And you'd feel guilty about her problem?
Well, yes. So would you if it was somebody that you cared about. Besides, Llanview has become my home. I've become comfortable with my role in Fraternity Row. Maybe that's wrong, but it's true.
Look, Megan, new challenges are always scary, okay? But I know you. Once you made the move, your courage would take over. So it's not yes, is it? Is it no?
It's, I'm just torn. I'm worried. I'm still thinking about it.
It's not no.
Well, it's not anything. It's, I've got to go talk to somebody about all this, okay? I'll be back in a few hours.
Look, I'll drive you.
No, I don't need you to drive me.
Megan, remember my promise to the insurance company. I can't keep an eye on you if I don't drive you.
All right? You can drive me. But once we get there, you have to stay in the car.
Now, where are you going? Who are you going to go see?
Andy, I'd like to ask you a question. Did Dorian come in here last night with a photographer? Or did she call one when she saw that Niki Smith was here last night?
She called him when she knew what a scoop she had.
I thank you. File that away, Renee.
I have already.
What is this? What is going on?
Well, Dorian will be arriving soon to have drinks with an advertiser named Simpson. Seems he can't make it. So her appointment will be with the two of us.
And you want me to escort her to the table?
That's the idea.
And a round of drinks, my usual, and white wine for Renee and Dorian.
Dorian!
Oh, hello.
Hello. Oh, your party's already arrived.
Already? Cute, Andy. Very cute.
Dorian, I have a message from Cal Simpson.
Sit yourself down, Dorian, dear. I have a feeling that Cal is not going to make it.
It seems he's changed his mind about advertising in your publication. He's afraid his dealership might get a bad rep from a rag that libels such a lovely mayor.
Libel my foot. Don't you start on me, Asa. I have a bar full of witnesses that Niki Smith did in fact say everything I printed. Your grandson can attest to that.
Oh, yes, he certainly can. And his heart is absolutely broken that his former grandmother could use a family tragedy like this to sell newspapers.
Tragedy is the only thing that sells newspapers. The both of you know that, so don't play high and mighty with me.
Oh, we're not going to play high and mighty, darling. We're going to be very reasonable with you.
Reasonable? Oh, I'll bet. Won't take Asa more than 20 seconds to leap across this table and go for my throat. Now tell me, just, what did you use as a threat on Cal Simpson?
No threat, Dorian. I just happen to say Buchanan Enterprises will be replacing the company cars this year. And Cal figured it out for himself. It wouldn't be too smart to advertise in the Intruder.
Oh, my God, Niki shoots Megan. It was staring me right in the face. I didn't even see it.
I wish it could be something else, but it has to be this. It's too perfect a crime for a man like Carlo to pass up.
Oh, sure, he would consider it poetic justice, but now we have to warn Megan.
No. I want to wait. I want to figure out just how he's going to play this one out. Besides, Megan's got Hunter keeping an eye on. She'll be okay.
Yeah, but if Carlo figures out that we're on to him, he's going to get to Megan another way.
No, he won't. Trust me.
Jake, I have to figure out how to be an expert with this gun, quickly.
Okay, all right. First, we're going to learn how to handle it. We're going to get used to the weight, then we're going to learn how to aim it. Tomorrow, we'll go to a firing range and we'll practice how to shoot it.
No,
Okay?
I can't go to a firing range, please. I don't know, we have to go to the woods up in the mountains or someplace.
Okay, we'll go to the woods, the mountains. In the meantime, Clint and I will make sure that he doesn't have to use this.
There you go, Dorian. White wine, right?
Right, on Asa, since he just cost me thousands of dollars.
Remember the good old days, Dorian? When you had dough? Renee didn't know you then. You were a pain, but not quite so vicious.
You've become just like your tabloid. You will do anything to get attention, and you will use anything to get even with your old rival.
Rival?
Come on, Dorian. Every time you think of Viki's name, you turn a light shade of slime green.
Asa, don't you be insulting about Dorian's jealousy.
Thank you, Renee.
Let me be insulting.
Oh, I'm sorry, Renee, I forgot. But look at her. Look at this. A year ago, this was the ambassador to Mandora. Now she's selling trash. And her arch rival is the mayor of Llanview. Naturally, she's going to try and knock her down every time.
The point is that what you've done is not only destructive to our family, but to the entire town of Llanview. We were hoping to get through this Niki episode as quickly and as quietly as possible, but you've made that impossible.
Well, why doesn't your family keep Viki under lock and key at Landfair, hmm? Besides, what was she doing now with Gabrielle, of all people?
Birds of a feather, if you ask me.
Look, Clint is doing everything he can to control her, but he cannot keep her a prisoner.
If she keeps running around town like this, I won't be the only one asking for a new election.
And that's where you really cross the line. Instead of asking for compassion, understanding, time, no, you had to set out and humiliate Viki.
I just care about the welfare of this town.
Oh, come on, Dorian. You don't care about anything but yourself. You prove that time and time again. No, what we strongly suggest is that you'd better watch yourself in everything that you print in that rag of yours. Because we're going to keep every clipping and we're going to show them to Viki. And meanwhile, our lawyers are going to keep a real close tab on you. You know, Dorian, we can afford to cause you a little bit of trouble. And I have a feeling that you can't afford the lawyers you'll need to fight back.
I gather that's supposed to frighten me.
You don't have the brains to be scared.
I will print every word of the truth, even though it hurts Viki and her family. You are not going to bully me into silence.
Dorian, excuse me, but don't you ever worry about getting old and being alone and not having a friend in the world?
She is alone, Renee. Alone and bitter. That's your own damn fault, Dorian.
Niki, you in the library?
Just a second. Yeah, come on in, kid. Hi, Kev. Hi, Lise. How are you?
We're okay, Miss Smith.
Good.
And how are you after your night out?
Well, I ain't got a hangover, if that's what you mean. Don't you guys have any homework?
Lisa and I have a big exam in math tomorrow.
Oh, well, you better get to it, because, you know, if your old man comes home, he's going to yell at me for not doing my job.
Yeah, we're on our way to the library.
Good.
But I wanted to give you these first.
For me? You're kidding. I thought they were for her, for your girlfriend.
No. They're from me to you, Nikki. I thought you might like them.
Wow. Whoa, yeah. I like them a lot. Thanks a bunch.
You're welcome. I feel bad. I've been so mean to you. It's not your fault that my mom's gone, is it? I mean, it's not like you stole her. It just happened. So I want to be your friend.
Even if I embarrass you in public?
I decided to forgive you for that.
Okay. Gosh. You really are. Okay, kid. I gotta give your mom that.
So we can be friends?
Sure. Sure we can be friends. I really like that. You know, I gotta split. I gotta go upstairs. I'll catch you later. Hey, don't forget your homework.
Hey, Sarah. Came to talk to you. I'm not gonna get upset, although I usually do. Boy, I miss you. I really wish you were here. So does Clint and Viki and the rest of the family. Bo misses you too. He tries so hard, but he's so sad. He's never gonna find another Sarah. Anyway, I came to get some advice. You see, I'm in this situation right now. And... Oh, hi.
Guess we both had the same idea. Need to talk to Sarah?
Yeah, that's why I came.
Yeah, I got a lot on my mind, too. Maybe you and I should talk to each other, and then maybe Sarah will send us down some messages.
Yeah, okay. So, what's going on?
Life. There's life going on all around me. I just don't feel a part of it.
Dad, it's Lisa's idea, and I really think she's onto something.
It really seemed to work.
Well, Niki always did like flowers. You know, she's not a bad person. In fact, she's basically a very nice lady.
Well, I know, you said that. And everyone else who knows her said that. And from what I remember, she's never been mean to me or Joey.
Well, it'd sure make things a lot more peaceful around here if you could cut her some slack and treat her with some kindness.
Well, at least I have a plan. Just to spend as much time with Niki as possible. You know, really work at her, and maybe I can get her to trust me and be her friend. Draw Mom out.
No, Kevin, no.
What do you mean, no? I saw Mom in her eyes. I heard Mom in her voice. Maybe for just a minute, but...
Kevin...
I know it's there, right under the surface.
Kevin... Niki would just get tired of you hanging around. And she'd see right through it. You know, she's a bright lady, like your mother.
I won't go overboard. I've just got to make enough time for her so I can come better friends.
The best thing you can do for your mother is to leave Niki alone.
Dad?
Kevin. Look, I agree with you 100%. Being kind to her is a great idea. Just don't make it a campaign.
I don't get you. And don't you want Mom back? Well, why shouldn't we try everything we can think of?
Because I said so. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. Just do what I tell you.
Am I nuts?
No, I don't understand it either. But maybe he has his reasons.
I think he's afraid of Niki Smith. You know, I usually don't do this, but this time, I'm gonna defy him, Lisa. I'm gonna do everything I can to get my mother back.
Jake, if you're filing for divorce, then why won't Megan give you a break?
Because she's had it with me, and I can't blame her, you know?
What, you're accepting this?
There's nothing I can really do about it right now.
Why?
I can't really tell you.
Well, when can you?
I don't really know.
Is this the kind of conversations you have with Megan? I don't blame her.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. But I can't help it right now. I mean, I'm in a position in which
Hi, Hunter.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Jake.
Where's Megan?
She's with Bo.
Where with Bo?
At the cemetery.
Oh, can I get you something?
Yeah, how about a beer, please?
Sure.
I can report with some certainty, Jake, that Megan will be away from all danger in about a week.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
I mean, she may be leaving town with me.
Jake, look, I'm really broke, so don't break any furniture over his head or anything, okay?
I won't. So tell me, how would you convince Megan to leave town? How did you manage that one, pal?
I offered her a new life in L.A. A new career, a new boyfriend, a new everything, including peace and quiet from you, Jake. She agreed. Well, she's thinking about it, but she's leaning towards California.
This is great. While I'm trying to help keep her alive, you're busy filling her head with these notions about California and Hollywood and Tinseltown.
Jake, make up your mind, all right? If she's really in mortal danger, like you claim, you should be happy that I'm getting her out of town.
All right, maybe she'll be better off there for a little while, but as soon as this whole thing is over, I want her back
As soon
here.
as this whole thing is over, she'll be settled with me. The way it's supposed to be. The way it should have been a long time ago.
So what do you mean?
I realized recently that I'm lonesome.
Yeah, of course you are.
But it's a different kind of lonesome. Just, you know, after Sarah died, I kept warm from memories of her, memories of us. It was painful, but it was warm.
Well, you can't do that anymore.
I guess there is a void. You know, as time passes, some of those memories, they're just not quite as warm. Am I making any sense?
Yes. In some ways, I think that I've been doing the same thing without even realizing it.
Well, I think that I have to decide whether I'm going to move on, you know, from memories of Sarah and me, or if I'm just going to say, this is it. I'm just going to be just right here where I am.
Bo, you can't do that.
Yeah, I could. I can do that if I want to. I don't know.
No, yeah, you don't know. I know. Sarah, she'd hate it if she thought that you were just staying stuck on her and not getting on with your life.
It's easy to give advice like that, I know, because I've given it to people before, but it's hard to live. It's hard to let go without feeling guilty.
Bo, you and Sarah had a wonderful life together. She was so in love with you. You made her so happy. You made her laugh. When the two of you were dating, she used to call me up all the time, go on and on about your witticisms.
Yeah?
Yeah. She'd want you to enjoy your life now. She'd want you to be happy. You don't belong alone.
Alone. That's something I thought I'd never be again in my life, was alone. I'm older, and The odds were that Sarah was going to outlive me. And it's strange, this feeling of, having an urge to move on, but at the same time, having an urge to just live with beautiful memories. So, how about you? What brought you here?
Oh, some ways it's the same thing that brought you here. Old life or new life, memories of Jake or Hunter, L.A. or Llanview.
Wait, slow down.
Hunter wants me to move to L.A. with him after we finish shooting.
What's that mean?
Means picking up my roots and saying goodbye.
What about Fraternity Row?
Well, Hunter said that you'd understand and you wouldn't stand in my way if it was something I really wanted to do.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. The audience misses you right now. Ratings are slipping. Everybody on the set would miss you. So I say, no. That's what I think. No. Plus, Megan, you're still in love with Jake.
I'm really trying to get over Jake, and I think it would be a lot easier if I was in California, don't you?
No, listen, you love Jake. Jake loves you. It's just as much as Sarah and I loved each other. Come on, you can't just throw that away.
I didn't throw it away, okay? He did. You give him this speech, not me.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I know he's been real tough on you.
Yeah, to say the least.
Megan, listen to me. Maybe things aren't quite the way they seem to be. I mean, I don't think you should give up on Jake yet.
I think he's the one that's given up on me. I mean, while there's Hunter. I mean, he's kind and he's considerate, he's intelligent.
And you used to be in love with him. Is that coming back? Or?
Well, I think it could, if I could just get Jake out of my heart and make some room for Hunter. So, I mean, what's the verdict? Think Sarah's telling us to do what we know we should do, but don't really want to do?
I think so. The past is past. And my life with my beautiful little Sarah, it's done.
Bo, you might not find another Sarah, but I'm sure you're going to find another woman who can love and appreciate you.
No. There's never going to be another Sarah. Never. But I think maybe I'm seeing things a little more clearly. How about you?
Yeah, maybe a little. I think that's what I needed. Talk with the two of you.
Well, maybe we ought to do that a little more often. Come on.
Oh, Clint. This is so much harder than I ever thought it was going to be. Kevin is trying so hard to be grown up and selfless, and you keep telling him to stay out of it, and I either have to be nasty to him or I have to just hold back the tears.
I know. I had the feeling when I was talking to him earlier that he thought I was a coward, that I'm afraid of Niki. But it can't be helped, I guess, unless you just want to put an end to this whole thing.
I can't. This is for the greater good. We've got to get Carlo Hesser out of our lives and out of this town.
Well, that'd be very nice. Let's just hope that's the way it goes.
Oh, Clint, please, aren't we due some good luck now? Some lovely surprises?
Yes. Promise me something. If you do change your mind, you'll let me know?
Yeah, I promise. But I'm gonna be fine. Really, I've got you, and I got Jake to protect me. I'll be fine. I think you better go make those phone calls you said you had to do.
Yep, okay, I won't be long.
Darling, close the door, please. Oh, dear God, please. Please don't make me use this.